How's it going, everybody? It's the CDH Warrior coming at you with another episode on how to stream. So, today's episode was originally supposed to be about how to stream off a GameCube. My GameCube is being very ornery and not wanting to work. So, while I have to get that fixed, I figured I'd take a different approach this week. So knock out one of the other videos I had planned. This isn't going to be a how-to stream video. This is going to be a question you should consider before you start streaming. And that question is going to involve microphones. So, how to decide what kind of microphone you need or use comes down to a couple of different things. How do you want to stream? So it's one, if you go in and Google microphones for streaming, I guess it should be microphones for, no, it should be microphones for streaming. You're going to get microphones that cost everything from $129, really $149, $150, to around $35, between $35 and $39. And then the upper end is $100. So this is what I have: a blue ice snowball microphone, and it works pretty well for me. Now that microphone is going to run you about $50. Not super expensive, but moderately good investment. Good chunk of money. But you also have, like, for instance, I have a headset. This cost me $20. And here's the microphone. You can also use, if you have a computer with a camera, it will have a microphone on it. Or let's say you have a webcam, it'll have a microphone on it as well. So trying to decide on microphones will be a bit tricky. I tend to stream more off newer consoles, Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, things that don't make a lot of noise. But let's say you've got this GameCube. Now I'm going to turn it on and show you just how loud it can be. It's moderately loud. Loud enough that the noise is going to be picked up by your microphone that you're using. So, what do you do about this? Well, there are two options. Find a microphone that will cancel out the sound. For instance, this will go right up against your mouth or right in front of it. So it'll start to cancel out the sound from your console. The other is trying to put your microphone pretty much as close to you as you can. Now, is this always great? No. It's not perfect. But it normally works. So, how do you go about deciding on microphones? Things that you need to consider. These can actually be as low as $39.99. There's actually one I saw at Walmart. But the goal of trying to pick a microphone is deciding how or what you want your microphone to be for. For an example, I've got a friend that streams primarily off console. I stream exclusively off console using a PS4 and my Switch. Neither of those make a lot of noise. The PS4 makes a good bit of noise just because of the sheer size of it, but it's not something that's going to make a lot of noise. So I can have my microphone here and not risk picking up the sound from the console. But that does have some drawbacks. So we'll go over some more of the equipment and deciding microphones. You can use a headset microphone. That will cut down, if you're having sound issues, make it to where you can actually be heard because the microphone will be right here. It will be right in front of your mouth so you can actually speak into it. And you won't have it picking up ambient sounds, like you can probably hear behind me. To be honest, it can be hard trying to discern what equipment you want, what kind of a streamer you're going to be. If you're not going to talk during your streams or be on camera, there's really no point in having a microphone. So part of it is determined whether you want to talk and or be on camera. There are a lot of streamers that don't talk. They're not on camera. They're not constantly talking. And then there are those like myself who talk a little bit in between playing the game, which can be a bit different in its own right. But it works. It works for us for the most part. I'm sorry, I went on a wild tangent on microphones and completely lost track of where I was. Since we kind of don't need this anymore. With regards to microphones, some of the things you need to worry about are what kind of streaming, what kind of recording, what kind of gamer streamer do you want to be? If you're somebody that talks a lot during your streams, a good microphone is essential. If not, don't worry too much about the microphone. Worry about making sure you have all of your other things good and perfect, such as your capture card, your computer. You will need a set of headphones, regardless of whether you're going to talk much, because if not, your microphone, if you have one, is going to pick up your game audio. And that can create a really weird echo if it starts picking up your game audio. Now, is it the end of the world? Not really. But it can make it look unprofessional. And I think most people would like to have a professional looking stream. It can be a little bit harder to discern with consoles and everything else how you want to stream. But you'll learn to make do with it. So another thing you're going to want to make sure you have if you're going to stream is a good internet connection. That's more for streaming rather than recording and uploading. But in order to stream, you need to make sure you have if not a perfect internet connection, make sure it's a good one. Streaming will take some time to get used to and get used to dealing with. It's not something that's going to be done in a day. You're not going to jump on Twitch and suddenly be this great streamer. You can take that from me. Been at this almost a year. And I'm still not great at it. I'm just trying to teach you all what I've learned. To get you on a better path so you know more than I did. When I started out, I didn't even really know what I was doing. I found a capture card, found a switch, and started attempting to learn how to record. That's where I started rather than streaming. It wasn't until my last 2 or 3 episodes of Age of Calamity that I figured out how to stream. And at that point, it was 50-minute to an hour-long streams, so that wasn't a great idea. When you're considering streaming, you need to consider a couple of different things. Some of it can be lighting. For instance, right now I'm pretty much in shadow, I think. No, I'm not in shadow. But it's one frequently I sit next to a window with natural light, and it ends up causing a shadow or causing the camera to readjust so it goes dark. It's not great to do that. It's a mistake I've learned and I still make to this day. But it works. If we're going to discuss microphones, you need to discuss what kind of computer you have. If you have a computer without a camera, without a webcam, I strongly advise getting one. That is for if you're on camera. If not, don't worry about it. But if you want to be on camera, I'd strongly suggest investing in a good webcam. They'll run you about $40 to $50. Not too extreme, but definitely something I'd recommend. I really have no idea where I'm going with this video because my original idea blew up on me. We're originally supposed to show how to record off a GameCube. It was originally going to be how to record on NES, and that blew up on me. Then I started trying to deal with the GameCube, and the GameCube started messing up on me. So I'll have to figure out those at a different time. But so be it. Those 2 episodes will come up in the next couple of weeks. So that way they're a little more manageable. Some of these are unusual. Like, obviously, it should be pretty simple to figure out how to stream off of, say, an Xbox One or an Xbox 360 or a PS4. The PS3 is a bit unusual, but the PS4, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, so on and so forth, don't have the HDCP errors if they have an HDMI port, or the fact that they have an HDMI port. The GameCube, the Wii U, the Switch, or the Wii U, the Switch, things like that all have ports so they can record. All have HDMI ports so you can record off. GameCubes, Commodores, PlayStation 3, PS3s, PS2s, PS1s, Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendos, Nintendo 64, things like that, which we will discuss in later episodes how to deal with. This was just a day that nothing I was doing was going right, so we turned this into a how to stream and how to talk kind of a video. I will see if I can get the how-to video on the GameCube started next week. So that'll be most likely next week's episode will be either the GameCube or the NES. Most of these consoles you can find secondhand or, well, obviously secondhand used at a local game store, hobby shops. Believe it or not, most of the consoles you see, except for my Xbox 360 and my Switch, were bought used from a bookstore. The Xbox 360 was bought new from, I don't remember where it came from. My dad probably remembers. And my Nintendo Switch, I bought brand new with my own money from GameStop. So we'll sort out different things like that over the next few weeks. but that'll be for a later episode. I stream for a nonprofit called CDH Stars and Angels. We are a 501c3 nonprofit that helps children with congenital diaphragmatic hernia, a severe birth defect, and a rare birth defect that I survived, although we consider it rare and it's 1 in 2,500. I have, over the last several months, started putting together a stream team. Myself, Epic Gamer Mikey, I believe his name is actually now Bro Mikey Entertainment. I'll pull up the videos from that. Sorry, there's a moth. Let me show you. This is Kaluski Man Gaming, one of our other game streamers. It's one. He's a really great streamer. He does a lot of computer-based gaming, 7 Days to Die, things like that. We've also got Bro Mikey Entertainment, who is currently streaming Assassin's Creed 2 on YouTube. He's done Scooby-Doo. He's done Fast and Furious Crossroads. He's done Pinball. Some very different games. He also played Injustice. A game that plays like Age of Empire. Some different variety of games. I'm most likely going to start trying to see if I can manage it, how to stream off of the GameCube, some off the Wii U, and a couple of other things. I'll have to get those things sorted out, the bugs worked out over the next few weeks, and hopefully be able to bring those to you sooner rather than later. But with CDH Warrior, I'm Drew Monday. I will see you tomorrow with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Have a great day.